Yo, yo, are we live? Let's see. Let me look, y'all, and make sure we good. Make sure we are live. Let me know if y'all hear me. If you hear me clearly, let me know. I guess I could listen for myself, can't I? Oh, let's see it. What's up, Jordan? Can you hear me? Do you see me? I can't tell. Somebody on the side, on the comments here, let me know if you can hear and see me. This is Soul Messiah. Let me put on my earphones and listen. Hold on. Okay. I can hear myself. All right. What's up, y'all? All right. So I am releasing at midnight. I think that's right. I'm gonna be releasing my album God Complex, the instrumentals. Oh, okay. My chat must not be on over here. I look at my chat right here, and I got the instrumental album coming out at midnight on Rhyme Sayers. Well, my Rhyme Sayers family at Rhyme Sayers in the building, and we released God Complex a couple of months ago on Rhyme Sayers, and it got features from a little bit of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Um, oh, here we go, y'all. I see. And I have my live chat on. I don't do this live stuff that much, so y'all got to bear with me. And I'm waiting for Sa-Roc to come down because you know she's slow. But we got the instrumental album of God Complex dropping, and on that album, basically, are the tracks. As y'all know, y'all understand how this goes. The tracks to what Aesop rock to, uh, Atmosphere, Slug Rock to Sa-Roc, Evidence, Zion I, Baba Zumbi, rest in peace. He was on there. We got Mickey Fax. We got Cambada. We got a lot of people, a lot of dope MCs that were featured. We got the sisters. We got Shay Noir, Lyric Jones, Narubi Selah, um, Planet Asia. We had a little bit of everybody on there. So basically, when I made these tracks, I made the tracks specifically for those brothers and sisters in the spirit of what I thought they could rock on. You know what I mean? And we got waxes. Let me show you this. The waxes will be in stores. I'm gonna put this on my lapel because I'm tired of holding it. But this is the wax, y'all. It is as y'all know what Rhyme says, the merch is always amazing. So it's a double wax. One side is the red side, and one side is like mustard yellow. Really dope. And you can get these joints on the website, rhymesayers.com or soulmessiah.net. These are the waxes. And it's like I said, it's a double wax. Y'all make sure y'all check it out and support that. It's a as y'all know me as a producer. By the way, you gotta look at the back here. The back is crazy. But me as a producer, I've been producing, I guess you would say professionally, since about 1988. Fresh out of high school, senior year at Columbia High, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, right? But after high school, I jetted and went straight to the Bronx, right? Bronx, New York, because that's where hip hop was born. So I had to go, you know, where the brothers were, and I actually joined the Rocksteady crew at that time, which is a b-boy crew out in New York, you know, Beat Street and Wild Style, Style Wars. Anyway, long story short, I was always doing the beats, and I always wanted to put my album out. It took almost 30 years to get this God Complex album out. And now that I'm going, we're gonna keep rolling. But what I want to do is we're talking about this album, right? I'm gonna get into some of these tracks, and uh, I got a couple of guests. If I can get this right, you know I'm not good already. You can tell I'm not good with this live stuff, but I got a couple of surprises and people that are going to join us and talk to you about what they did when they were given the tracks for the album. So cross your fingers that we can get everybody in here that I want to get. But on this album, the first joint on here is a song called "Who's the Star," right? And "Who's the Star" was basically me. Okay, so like I'm a producer, DJ, and you know we always sit in the back. We always behind the MC, but with the backbone of what you hear. If you didn't have the music, you have an acapella album. But if you got music, you got MCing, DJing, and the beats. So that's why I think it's important to put out instrumental albums, just like with jazz music, is to just display, what it is that we did. So what I want to do is I'm gonna start with a junk called "Who's the Star," because that was the dichotomy between the producer and the MC. And let me know if this sounds okay. If it's too loud or too low, y'all let me know, okay? Now on the actual album, that blank is not there. It's a skit that was there. So in this instrumental, on my version, we have it blocked out, but it's not like that on the download on iTunes and or Spotify. It's usually a skit right there, and then when the beat drops, it drops like this. So, hold on. So that first joint is called "Who's the Star." So basically, with that joint, okay, so like I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm from the South, right? So if you could tell it's got a little bit of bounce to it. I made sure that I wanted to put a little bit of bounce to it, but I'm not always crazy about 808 drums. I use them. Don't get it twisted. I use all types, but I didn't want it to be strictly northern, strictly west, or strictly south. I wanted to have a bounce to it, but I still wanted the drums to be hard. So I like the grimy, dope samples, real gritty, and I like vocal samples. So that's how I did that when I made sure I kept it kind of a bounce. And then on the original version with the vocals, it's actually cuts on it. And I cut Rakim. It was actually Rakim's voice, but it wasn't Rakim from one of his records. It was actually Rakim from uh, interview he did. He did a freestyle on TV in the late 80s that was really crazy. And I grabbed that piece and I cut it up on this record. So you won't find this on no record, those Rakim cuts. But Rakim is one of the dopest MCs to me. Uh, and that joint is "Who's the Star." This next joint, I'm gonna play this joint, and then we're gonna see if we can find this brother. What time is it? Yeah, we're gonna see if we can find him. So this next joint is called the title track of the album. It's called "God Complex," and "God Complex" is a track that features King Crooked Eye from Death Row, from the original crew Slaughterhouse, crazy MC, one of the dopest MCs, period. And it's him and Sa-Roc. And as y'all know how Sa-Roc is, it's like a boxing match when she get on tracks with the real MCs. And she only rhyme with real MCs. So this joint is extremely epic. I like to use epic samples. Oh, there he is. There go Crook. Wait, you know what? Let's see if we can invite Crook in here. How do I do that? Go to channel appear. We'll put add manager moderator. Add a standard moderator. Add as managing moderator. Okay, Crook, how I invite you in here? You got the link. And yeah, I told you I don't know how to do this. Make sure y'all let me know. Let's see how we add my brothers in here. Well, I'm gonna play this while I figure that out. This is God Complex. So that is God Complex, which is a real crazy track. And me and Crook got a surprise that's going to come soon that's dealing with that track. Just remember what you heard. Let me just say that. Now, let me see if I can figure this out. I don't even know how to bring my brother in. Hold on, Crook. Yeah, that's the real Crook. How do I get in this joint? I know, right? Crook trying to figure out how to get in here. Hold on, y'all. I'm the worst. Don't fire me, y'all, for not knowing how to use uh live. So we got what's this? Participants? That ain't it. But yeah, that's that joint is epic. That God Complex joint is epic. Hold on for a second, y'all. Yeah, the Slaughterhouse is crazy, right? Some of the dopest MCs in the history of hip hop, actually. So, but hey, I'm gonna get you in here, Crook. Give me a few minutes. I'm gonna go to this next joint. Um, I'm gonna go out of order because I want to go back to that because I'm trying to get that brother in here too. But no, I'm gonna go to Freedom with Locksmith. I'm gonna go to Freedom. This is Locksmith and Stickman from Dead Pred was on this initially, and I guess a lot of these tracks I could call epic, but it's really dope. Just vibe out with me.
Speak of freedom, sing of amber, waves of grain. Think of your children picking flowers for daddy's grave. Speak of freedom, sing of amber, waves of grain. Think of your children picking flowers for daddy's grave.
So that joint is Freedom, and Freedom was crazy. It's crazy. They really, I don't know if y'all listen to the original album. You can go back and listen. They really caught wreck. But with that song, that was Sa-Roc singing with the sample. Actually, if you listen to it closely, and you can't even tell she's there because she sounds like a sample. But it's really extremely crazy. Let's see something, y'all. I think Crook talking to me. I clicked that, and it took me to the live chat. Okay, hold on, y'all. Oh wait, engage your audience. I don't want to do no question and answer. I just want to bring somebody in. But that song, like I said, I wanted to make it hard because both of them brothers are like they're very revolutionary. All right, Crook, I'm working on it. And it was a extremely big record, and I think all of them worked out for the people I made them for. So this next joint is called Limitless, and it featured initially evidence, and I made it for evidence. You can tell when you hear it, the way it's put together, that it's for evidence. Mr. Slow Flow. Evidence is on Rhyme Sayers also. Dope MC, and he caught record on this. We shot this video to Limitless in uh, Venice Beach, where from his hometown in Los Angeles, and it was fun. We shot it at night. You know what I'm saying? It was real dark video, and in his studio. So this joint right here is called Limitless. Okay, so that joint is Limitless, and that song right there has been getting a lot of traction actually on the album. If anybody knows or checked out what's been going on, that song is getting a lot of play. You know what I'm saying? Because well, my man got a crazy following. He's a dope producer and MC, so of course he's gonna have people gonna be paying attention to him, and he's a Rhyme Sayers affiliate. So I thought that one was a home run right there. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling that one? How you feeling Limitless? That's some slow flow type joint. It's crazy. Yeah, put them. Keita, what's up, Keita? Yeah, so on that joint, like I said, that I tried to make sure I fit right into what felt that he would be able to rock to, and he did. He did. That shit was dope. It was really dope. Um, we got The Hard Way up next. This joint, The Hard Way, featured three MCs who just happen to be female, but they goddess MCs. And it featured Shay Noir, Lyric Jones, and Sa-Roc, of course. And I just wanted high energy. And it was an ode, if you paid attention, the original version, it was an ode to Bahamadia Three The Hard Way joint that she put out. That's what the cuts were. But on here, this is just instrumental. You can tell by the energy that it was not a joke, and they killed this shit. This joint is The Hard Way with Shay Noir, Lyric, and Sa-Roc, but it's the beat. So that was the hard way. And like I said, high energy beat, hard drums. You know, that's kind of my joint though, hard drums. But we got a guest that just popped up, and it's the Goddess MC Sa-Roc. So everybody say peace to Sa-Roc. Yay! Let's see if they hear you.
What camera am I supposed to be looking at?
It's right there.
Does it look like I'm looking at you?
Can y'all hear her talking low?
Hey, peace, y'all.
Let me listen to my earphones, see if I can hear her.
Can you hear me?
Let's see. Talk, talk, talk.
Hey, peace, y'all. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think they can. Yeah. Mic not working. Y'all hear?
It's
Okay.
not working?
It's out here. It's just kind of not close to your mouth. Though. Just hold it about right there. Same as that one.
Can you hear me now?
Y'all, I know y'all can hear it now. Yep, loud and clear.
Okay.
What's up, Sa-Roc?
Nothing much. How are you? I mean, I know how you are.
I'm good. I'm excited because this album is getting ready to drop. So I'm excited.
I'm super excited.
So could you talk to the people about what we do as a team and production that you get and how you see it?
I think we've been working together long enough to anticipate each other's strengths. Um, like I can adapt like my rhyme schemes and cadences to whatever beat you throw at me, and you've identified like what kind of beats work best with my voice, and we work collaboratively as well, where I can kind of give you an idea or a sense of what kind of vibe I'm going for as far as a song idea or just like the atmosphere or emotion of a song, and you can kind of craft a beat around that. And it's it's real dope. It's real dope. It's a real dope and synergistic kind of relationship, and that's why I'm so excited about this project, because like not only can you tailor beats to people and to people's style and all of that, like the beats are just dope on their own. So the instrumentals are, you know, ripe and prime for, other DJs to spin them or people to kind of do their own like take on or reinterpretation of what the beat is and what's already been done on the what would you call it? What's the opposite of an instrumental album?
On just the
On the regular
the
like
regular
vocal, yeah, album. So yeah, I'm excited. You got the fresh
Oh yeah.
new
So check this out, y'all.
beat breaker.
We got these new joints that we put out. Actually, the link is below somewhere in there, and it's the beat breaker joint. It's done by this dude Chris Murray. He's dope, and it's me breaking his drum machine open and showing you what's really behind the beats, which would be me, and it's got the God complex on the sleeve. I don't know if it's backwards when y'all see it. But,
Yeah,
yeah, them joints is in the link, man, at soulmessiah.net or in the link in
so
this
dope.
YouTube. Make sure y'all support, man. We
Yeah,
love I don't know if they can hear me. We loving real music. We love hip hop. So it's hip hop.
perfect representation of that.
Indeed.
Shout out
So
to Mark Murray, who enjoyed the show at World Cafe Live in Philly. I'm excited. I love that show, and I'm excited to get back out on the road and see you guys. It's been a minute. It's been some time, but I'm back. Um, Getting myself back acclimated to the world. I've kind of been in my shell, but I'm excited to see you again. So, peace and love to everyone in the chat.
indeed. Indeed. So tell them about what song did we play you on? You were on God Complex, the title track.
Yes.
Talk about
First of all, did y'all see the video for God Complex with me and King Crooked?
He's in the house too, somewhere over there.
Oh, peace to the God King Crooked. That instrumental is just so crazy to me. And you know the mark of a good producer when he can get you to bring out the katana swords and just chop up the beat, you know what I mean? So yeah, that one is just extra special. And I love like all the little, we call them ear cookies that you throw in there, like, shaking up the beat, to to illustrate like the punk or accompany like the punctuation of both me and Crooks, like kind of more staccato flow. Like this guy is just extra special on the NPC, and so he knows. This guy knows what he's doing.
But so you did that one, and then we just played it the hard way with
Hmm.
Lyric and
And
Shay
Che
Noir.
Noir, yeah, yeah, which was also a dope joint. I always love being able to get on a track with other really dope women MCs, and we talk about Sheeta Hardway. We talk about three ways in which we can both put our stamp on this beat lyrically and kill it in our own way. And it was really special because I've known Lyric Jones for years and years and years. We were both performing in Atlanta in the early days. She's such a innovator and go-getter and really, really amazing talent. Not only does she rap, she sings, she plays drums. And she was putting on her own shows and stuff in the early days, and we was collaborating on stuff like that. And Che Noor, I got the opportunity for her to support a show in, what was that show she did?
Which one?
Was it Philly?
For Shay?
Yeah, it was Philly.
Philly, yeah.
Yeah, she did Philly with us. And dope MC, dope energy. So yeah. Yep.
What other ones you got on this
The one with ASAP Rock and Atmosphere
album?
with Slug.
Talk about that.
The Rhyme Slayers joint.
Yeah.
That one was, all the ones I enjoyed like my participation on all the tracks, but just being on the track with the Rhyme Slayers fam is always dope because we get to show like how we do things differently, but everything is it just gels so dopely. And to me, that like personifies everything about Rhyme Sayers, the label, that everybody has their own like unique artistic style. But when we come together for shows or just like how we represent the brand, it's a beautiful kind of amalgam of things. So yeah, so I think it turned out super dope. Always fun. Yeah, and that's one of my favorite rhymes.
One of your favorite joints.
Hmm.
You know what? I don't know. Crook, if you in here, I think I see the stream key. Try to use this stream key. But yeah, Sa-Roc called Wreck on this album, and like as y'all know, I work a lot with her. Wait, I can't see y'all. We work a lot together. Well, we work together on everything, and
Did we did the MERS? I did the MERS.
oh, and she's on the MERS track too. But I'm gonna go to the next song, then we'll discuss a little bit more after that, y'all. Where were we at? It was Hardway. So this joint is called Mickey Messiah, and it features Mickey Fax, who's one of the dopest MCs. Once again, I got lucky, y'all. I got some of the dopest MCs on my joint, and he called Wreck. I'm trying to find him too. I'm not
Oh,
doing this.
he's super incredible, and not to mention he has created a school and hip hop curriculum that teaches, some of the dopest MCs and writers and composers are instructors at the school, and he is a master of his craft. It's called Pendulum Inc. And he is one of the dopest MCs that's out battle wise, written wise, freestyle wise. He's just a dope intellectual rapper, but he can get gritty as well. And he kind of showcases like his versatility on the Mickey Messiah joint. But just the switch up, like y'all know, if you know anything about Soul Messiah, when he gets into his bag, like he gonna switch a beat up. One thing about Soul Messiah, he gonna switch a beat up. He might switch it up about 10 times on you, but he just did it. What, you did it twice on this one?
Twice.
You switched it up twice. And I think that that's just so dope that not only does he partner with MCs that can handle that kind of flip, but that he's creative enough to know that the beat can take a little change and still work really smoothly with the prior beat. So yeah, this one's really dope.
So that one was Mickey Messiah featuring initially Mickey Fax and myself. And like I said, he caught wreck. The beat switches. We had a lot of fun with that joint. I want to play this next joint. It's
Shout out to Steve Dunn.
Steve
Dunn
Dunn is
the
in here.
chat.
What's up, Steve?
Keita in the building,
Yep,
in the virtual building, virtual space. What's good? Yeah, I want y'all in here tonight. Alex Kyle, Mark Murray, what's good? If y'all have any questions like in between time, let us know and we'll talk about like project or whatever. We appreciate y'all being in the space and just vibing out with us.
Okay, let's see. So this next joint is one of the first singles. It is the first single. I can't buy it was first. This was the first single that was dropped from Cmplx album, and it's called Soul Supreme, and it features Cambada, who was a phenomenal MC. And this beat, if I thought it fit him really well, we're gonna go right into it. This is called Soul Supreme Instrumental.
With me, the lyricist, they fearing this as you can see. With me, the lyricist, they fearing this as you can see. With me, the lyricist, they fearing this as you can see. With me, the lyricist, they fearing this as you can see.
So that was Soul Supreme. And y'all hear the KRS-One cuts that I put in there because KRS-One is the teacher, and the teacher, when the teacher speaks, you listen. But So Supreme was a dope joint. I really dug that one.
I think
But
we'll have some questions.
oh, they got some questions. What questions y'all got? Let me see.
Steve
Uh,
Dunn was asking where was the God Complex video shoot location.
the God Complex. Where was that?
That was in
Bear. It
California,
was in
but
Los Angeles. Well,
it
outside of
was,
Los Angeles.
yeah, about an hour and a half out of Los Angeles in this really cool desert location where they had all these vintage like buses, like the bus that we were on in the shoot. They literally had like cigarette packs from like the 70s, magazines from the 60s, 70s, like record players and stuff. Like everything was still authentic from that era. And it was really cool out there. It was a really dope like vibe, and we had a lot of fun filming that one. And
What's the other question we had?
the other question was, how did we get King Cricket on the track? He be busy.
Yeah, he do be busy, don't he?
Yeah.
I mean, well, you know what? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. When I say that somebody gonna be on a track with Sa-Roc, real MCs usually step up, and he's a real MC. He's an intellectual MC too, and she's an intellectual MC. So, I mean, it's sparring time, like iron sharpen iron. So he was. I mean, it was. It was. I don't even remember how we initially hooked up with him, but I think we all follow each other on social media, and we run in the same ciphers of real MCs and brothers and sisters in hip hop, and it just made sense, man. You know what I mean? And that's a real good brother, or, really dope brother. And so it just happened, and as y'all can tell by the song, they was going back and forth. Oh, by the way, I did figure out how to bring people in, but I have to reset this stream, and I don't know if it'll cut everybody off. But if I can figure it out, I will. If not, we'll do it another time. But yeah, that's how we did that. What is another question you got?
Mark Murray wants to know, how long does it take to produce a track?
It could take from 15 minutes to 15 days. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know. Sometimes the vibe just hit and I'm able to do it. But on average, it might take me an hour or two if I'm into it. You know what I mean? But I mean, over time, I build on tracks. So if I make a track and I got a skeleton one day, the next day a live bass might come. The next day a guitar might be added. Next day she might add some vocals to it. So a good track could take a cool couple of days, maybe a week to actually finish. And even then, a month later, you might hear pieces, as she called it, ear cookies that we add things to. You know what I mean? Add to the track. What else do we have? You see another question?
Someone else, I can't see. Emmanuel Briggs asks, what are both of our creative processes?
I'll let you start with that. What's your creative
I have the beat first. He'll produce some beats that he think will work well for me. And then I gotta get in the mood. Like I really have to create a mood for myself. That's very important for me to create the ambiance to get me like just kind of in touch with, my emotional center. Um, and for me, that involves incense, that involves me being isolated in whatever room I choose to write in. Very, very, very isolated. Um, I usually try to kind of center myself by listening to like, theta wave kind of music, the binaural beats or whatever, just to kind of clear like my or increase like the flow state, kind of calm any kind of like anxiety I might have about writing. And just start with like kind of not free association, but like kind of like brainstorming. Well, I'll start off like with something immediate that I'm thinking. It might be a description of the room I'm in or like what I'm feeling or something like that, and then build upon that based on where the song takes me, where, my thought process takes me. And then what usually happens is I like to complete a full song before I record, but sometimes if I'm like mulling over something too much, Soul Messiah will be like, just get in the booth, record that verse that you have, and we'll come back to it so you can hear it. And at least like if there's something you want to change, or if you hear it recorded, that way you can really know if you're going to live with it or not. If you never record it, you don't know if it actually has legs. So I'll record and then we'll record and then we'll add like additional things to it. Like he can add like or change up the beat to accentuate like whatever punctuation of my voice is happening or add musicians and stuff like that. I think this is his part. Sorry. Okay.
No, it's
But
all
yeah,
good.
that's my part. And I'm sticking to it. No.
But yeah, like and what she said. But as far as like with us, we're lucky to be under the same roof, so it helps. And the studio is in is under the roof with us, so we're able to create at any time that we may feel. But for me, I listen to a lot of old music, man. I grew up on Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway, uh, Parliament Funkadelic, Earth, Wind, and Fire. So I love soulful music. You can tell when you listen to my beats. A lot of them are very soulful, and they got changes. And I use a lot of musicians. I'll sample and use the hard drums, but I go in and add musicians and replace a lot of things to create something new. A lot of times, and sometimes I just take a sample and flip it. But for me, it's just whatever I'm vibing to at the time. I use the you can't. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I use the MPC. Uh, it's an Akai product. MPC-X is the big flagship. I got the keyboards. I got two turntables and a host of other things inside my computer, sound wise, that I like to add on with. But like I said, from 1 to 15 hours, from 1 to 6 days, it just depends for me with creation. Somebody had asked, what did they say? They said you got the hippie approach. Uh, which artists are we listening to these days? What artists you listening to?
Black Odyssey, I've been listening to. Honestly, I've been tuning into. Oh, Black Thought is like a staple. So whenever I want inspiration or whatever, I'm going to Black Thought. I'm loving his newest album with Why can't I think of his name? Why can't I think of his name? What's the dude's name?
Which
What's the
one?
producer's name?
Which one?
Danger Mouse. I'm loving that newest project. It's really good. Some really solid features on there, but again, Black Thought just stands alone on whatever he does. Um, so those are the two like I'm mainly kind of like going back to. But yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of R&B lately, man. Like old R&B, like Luther. I've been listening to stuff like that lately. But I just listen to a little bit of everything though. I like a lot of rock music, the older rock, my era. Uh Somebody say who your top five. Who's your top five?
I hate that question.
Me too. Well, who's some of the MCs you like?
Um, I love Black Thought. Like he's just super top tier. Andre 3000, super top tier.
I like some of them Slaughterhouse. Mine's is probably
King
crooked.
Crooked,
Yeah, probably crooked.
super top tier. And then it just kind of like varies on like where what I'm feeling. I mean, because there's so many just kind of phenomenal MCs. I hate to keep it locked in because some people just have their era and they're just killing it. And there's so many different metrics that people decide what top means, whether it sells, whether it's, hits, all these things. So, those are my consistent um three. Who did I say?
You like Kendrick lately.
Oh, Kendrick. Yeah, but I love Kendrick, but I don't know if I would put him in my
Your top.
top.
Where mine's is probably is Thought, Crooked. I've really been liking Joel Ortiz lately.
Yeah,
He's
he's
crazy
crazy.
with he's nuts.
He's crazy.
Rock M, KRS One, Cool G Rap, and I like Big Daddy Kane personally. He's crazy with it. Um, it's funny, my brother seen over there. I know he itching to say something. Like he's like, "Ooh." Who you like, Asim? My brother Soul Asim, King Asim is in the house. Who you like, man? Who your top five?
My top five is Rakim,
Rock him,
Coogee Rap,
Coogee Rap,
KRS-One,
KRS1,
Slick Rick,
Slick Rick,
and Kool Keith.
and Cool Keith. Oh yeah, Cool Keith.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely KRS One.
yeah.
For
KRS,
sure.
it's crazy. Somebody said, "Does the in your writing process? Did you see that one? Does the beat determine your writing? Did you answer that already?
Yeah,
Oh, that you answered that.
I didn't
Sorry.
answer. I kind of answered it, but Mostly it does, but also sometimes I just want to talk about something. Whether it's a particular, I'm not looking at the camera. Whether it's a particular like feeling, or if I want to talk about a particular topic or theme or whatever. But it's mainly the beat that kind of dictates what that's going to be. Uh,
Word.
Somebody said RJ Payne. Yeah, RJ Payne is that one too.
Yeah, she got a track with RJ and Shay Noir on Shay's album, and some new stuff in the works with that brother too that I've been working on. Let's go to another track, y'all. Oh yeah, well this is one with Sa-Roc. This is Rock Steady, and this video is crazy. Rock Steady is just Sa-Roc, and it speaks for itself. Rock Steady, and it's homage to my crew, Rock Steady crew, Rock Chapter, Rock Steady crew. Shout out to Crazy Legs, Ken Swift, Mr. Wiggles, and a host of others. But let's get into Rock Steady. Hey y'all. So look, we got a guest. We had to do it the old school way. We gonna bootleg it. And I got my brother Locksmith in the house. Say,
What
take
up?
this
What up?
I don't know if y'all can hear. Let me put on earphones on, see if they can hold this just for a second. Yeah, so we got Locksmith in the building. And Locksmith was on okay, yeah. Okay, Lock. I think they can hear you. Let's see. Y'all hear him? Say peace, Lock.
Peace, peace. What's good? Hey, yo, shout out to everybody tuning in right now. God Complex album, instrumental album. Go make sure y'all, show love. Yeah, we here, man. Let me know if y'all can hear me.
Yeah, you loud and clear, brother. Yeah,
Okay,
so we played your joint a little while ago. It's called Freedom, and it's with Stick. So tell me about your process when you were writing, or even got the beat from me for Freedom.
Yeah, I mean, y'all reached out and was like, yo, we got this track. As soon as I heard the track, I was like, okay, I don't know if I even knew Stick. Did I know? Did y'all tell me Stick was gonna be there? I
Oh
don't know.
yeah,
I
not
just heard the
not
beat.
initially. Yeah, that's true.
Not initially, right? So I just kind of heard the beat, and just went with the flow of the beat, and just kind of like talked about what I felt like needed to be talked about, and it just all worked out right. I think, yeah. I mean, soon as you said you needed it, I think I got right on that and just knocked it out. You know, it was pretty
right back.
It was a no brainer. You know what I mean? Like, you know, some classic, hard hitting hip hop. I mean, that's like, you know, riding a bike for me. So
yeah, indeed, yes, sir. So what you got coming up, brother? What you got going on with the hip hop?
Man, I'm working on the new album. I'm pretty much done. I just released a new single. It's called Hypocrites. It's all over my Instagram, all over my social media. It's DA Locksmith, or you can just go to iamlock.com. But I have a music video. I got live performances, Lock Lift, and I need to get y'all. I want to get Sa-Roc. I want because we got some unreleased stuff that's coming, and I want to have her spit some of these bars in the Lock Lift. So that's basically, I'm driving around doing like a live concert for fans, and I want to invite other artists that I've collaborated with, other producers that I collaborated with, and bring them into the Lock Lift and do stuff live.
Well, we're gonna be in, I don't know where you are, but we're gonna be in the Bay Area touring. We're coming to Oakland. When we coming to Oakland, Sa-Roc? April or May? It just got announced, actually. But yeah, we're coming out there, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that.
Okay, so if y'all coming out there, let me know the dates. I'll set it up, and we can film it and do it. That would be perfect.
Word. April 6th. That's when we're gonna be in Oakland.
Dope. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, man. So yeah, Lock is one of the dopest MCs, period. And he is one of the rulers of the West Coast. So it made sense, man. We got Lock from the West. We got King Crooked from the West. We got Planet Asia from the West.
Planet Asia, Central Valley, Fresno.
Yeah, man. So it's a lovely thing. I always have to build my brothers off the West.
Yo, the lineup on your projects are crazy, dude. I'm like, this is like some of the most elite artists in the game right now. I was like, wow, I was honored to be a part of it. So thank you for for hitting me up to be a part of it. I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you. Hey, y'all. This is Locksmith. Make sure y'all follow him on all of his. Where they find you? Right on there again. All your stuff.
Yeah, you can just Google Locksmith Rapper, or my Twitter handle, my Instagram, my Twitter, my TikTok is DA Locksmith, like the Locksmith, DA Locksmith.
Word. Well, I appreciate you, brother. And we're gonna be in touch. We'll be out there on the 6th, man, and we're gonna kick it. Maybe you can
Okay, yeah, let's set it up, bro. I'm gonna text you maybe next week, and we'll start trying to figure it out when's the best time, because I'll have my guy come in and we'll make it happen.
Word. Thank you, brother. Say peace to Locksmith, y'all. It's one of the guys.
Hey, shout out everybody out there. Make sure y'all support my brother Soul Messiah, Sa-Roc, God Cmplx albums. Make sure y'all get it, man.
Indeed. Peace, King.
Peace, my brother.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you, Wyatt, for that idea. See, y'all, I screwed up on the live on here. So we're going to do FaceTimes. So we're going to see who we can get in here on FaceTime. But I'm going to go to this next joint. This next joint is called Sunday School, Sundey. For those that know, I'm not even going to explain it. Sunday School features the god Planet Asia, another West Coast monster. And this one is, it's a vibe. It's different. I'll just say that it's different. was Sunday school, and like I said, it's a vibe. I didn't even put no drum on that joint. I think I had a drum initially, but it didn't make sense. And when he got it, he was like, "Don't worry about it. I don't need no drum." And he just went in. If you heard it, he killed it. But that's a piano joint that I just love. I love the pianos. We're gonna go to another one. So another brother from the Gold Chain Music from that crew off the West Coast. I think in particular he's in Hawaii. Is my brother Tri-State, another God MC. Really dope. And this joint is called Dogon. These words I say, if you don't know, look them up. Dogon. Dogon. And the Dogon out of West Africa. But go look it up. This is Dogon by Tri-State. Was the original MC, and this is the beat. And those who know real music will recognize the sample that I flipped. So that joint is Dogon. Quick commercial. This shirt is in the link, and it's in at someside.net. It's the beat breaker. Like I said, you can see me breaking the beats, breaking the MPC in half. Make sure y'all support that. Look out for that. But that was Dogon. This next joint is called Computer Rock. Now, this track has got history. Computer Rock had featured Sa-Roc, Narubi Selah. Initially, it was supposed to feature Sa-Roc, Narubi Selah, and Pharaoh Monch. But it just didn't work out like that. We weren't able to get it done. But you can tell when you listen to it that Pharaoh should have been a part of this one. But there's more to come with that. But this joint is called Computer Rock. I use a dope live bass player by the name of Preston Crump. If anybody know who Preston Crump is, look him up. Last name Crump. Preston Crump. And legendary. Dr. Dre, Eminem, Outkast, Goody Mob, TLC. The dude's a legend. But he plays on all of Sa-Roc's music and all my beats. And this joint is called Computer Rock. Bust this. that joint. Computer Rock was crazy. Now Ruby Ceylan's a dope MC out of Brooklyn. She's an educator. She runs actually a private school in Brooklyn, and she's extremely dope MC actually. Indeed. So we're gonna go to the next joint. This joint is called Slippin' Sands, and Slippin' Sands featured my brother Merce once again off the West Coast. West Coast really is a big part of this project, and Merce destroyed this, as usual. And check this out. This is the instrumental of Slippin' Sands. Let's see if y'all can recognize what I mean. So we're gonna stop it right there. You get it though. And on that, by the way, that live bass, that's Preston, who I was speaking about, the dope bass player. And real soulful track. Once again, you can tell I love soul music. I told you I listen to R&B, old R&B all the time. So it's always gonna have a soulful feel to it, some movement to it. And seldom will it be monotonous. I like moving beats. This next joint, it's called Grand. Do y'all remember the group The Backwoods? They had this song called You're Gonna Love Me. It's a duo from Atlanta, Georgia, and it was on Dallas Austin's label. That's one of my old partners, good friend of mine, Dallas Austin. But they had crazy hits from back in the day, real MCs, and they did this song called Grand. And Grand, and it's funny. I initially made Grand for them and Jay Electronica, but of course I couldn't get Jay on there. But you can tell when you listen to it, it's got that stuff. It was New Orleans meets Atlanta, so that's why it's got that drag, that draw, but it's still hard hip hop with some backwards samples. This is called Grand. So that was grand. And for those that didn't get it last time, it's out now. Also, the original version of the God Complex instrumental album, the original version with the vocals, is this joint right here. You can tell it's a little different. We flipped the art. The original art for God Complex is this actually. That is the original, but this is, I made it an instrumental album. And then the team over at Rhyme Says, my man at Rhyme Says, flipped it and added the stained glass on this joint. You can tell it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. So that's the variation. And actually, on the God Complex joint, it's the duality once again, the red and the blue. You can pick these up too. All of them out now. And it's the blue wax and the red wax. That's the duality. Two sides of the coin. And like I said, and tonight at midnight in the record stores on all streaming platforms is going to be this joint, the instrumentals to all of them joints. Crazy. And for those that just tuning in, on that wax, it's a double wax, and it's the marble joint. Rhyme Says is crazy with the artwork. That's one thing I love about my team. Wait, hold on, y'all. Well, hello there.
Yo, I think there was confusion. I was trying to make sure to communicate to you that I wasn't going to be available until 9:30
I got you.
10:30 your time. That's what I was. And I don't know if I was explaining that correctly. Can I still go?
Hold on, y'all. Somebody wants to speak to y'all. Hi. So I got
How are you? What's up?
I got this guy.
Oh, look at you. Hey. Hi.
So we got Slug. Let me put my earphones on. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
That's funny because your track is next. It's Rhyme Slayers.
Oh, no. How did I know?
What's up, y'all? This is Slug from Atmosphere, y'all, and he checked in to say peace. So Slug, how are you?
I'm good, man. How is my audio okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yep, I got this little bitty microphone. I got it. Boom.
I'm good, man. Thank you for asking. How are you doing?
Man, I'm good. I'm celebrating. I'm excited about the release of this album, Midnight Tonight. This instrumental album.
That's tight.
You know,
only producers are like, I want my instrumental album. What if I were to be like, yo, I want my whole acapella album?
Exactly. It'd be hard to dance to, but it'd be like a poetry album.
Yeah. That's tight though. Congratulations. That's great. That's popping out, man. I'm on that album, man. I was fortunate and blessed to be a part of that process. I appreciate that opportunity and being able to make a song with two of the best spitters out there right now.
Literally.
Yeah, man. Sa-Roc and A$AP Rock are at the top right now. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as licking lyrics.
Yeah, licking lyrics.
The beat was fly. I remember when it showed up. I remember when you first sent me that beat, right? And nobody's verse was on it yet. I'm gonna tell a quick little story.
Yeah.
You sent me the beat and nobody had a verse on it yet. And I was like, oh man, because I was trying to picture in my head, what kind of beat would you give to the two of them? You know, because I was like, just because of how intricate they both are and how much, you know, there's a lot to unpack inside of what they say. They're both really good at, it's like you could listen to the verse 3, 4, 5. You keep hearing new things as you're going every time you get to hear him. So I'm thinking, okay, he's going to give them something real kind of like slow and minimal. I had this whole thing in my head. And then when the beat showed up, I saw what you had titled it. And I'm not going to say what the title was, but I saw what you titled the beat. And I was like, oh, word? You know what I mean? I was like, okay, so hold up. They're going to rap over that. And so I had all these like ideas of what it was going to sound like before I even had the chance to actually hear the beat. Then when I heard the beat, I was like, oh, this totally makes sense. Because it kind of had this, It's got a bounce, but it's also futuristic to me. You know what I'm saying? And so I felt like, that's a great way to take two people who are very technical and intricate. Because, you know, technical reminds me of like machinery, industry, you know, kind of like metal and gears and things that are working in this, almost like a watch, like a giant watch coming together. And the two of them rapping, you know, I saw like watch works. Is that a word? The inner workings of a watch or a clock. This is what I was kind of, and when I heard the beat, it all kind of came together. And I gotta be honest, I did my part, and I thought for sure you guys are gonna be like, nah, we're cool. I remember when I sent you the verse, I'm pretty sure I put in the email like, hey, I won't take it personal if you don't use this, because I still had never heard their verses when I wrote my stuff, right? So I was like, there's no way I'm keeping up with these fools. That's why I did the style of rhyme in every line. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, okay, at least that's a bag I can get into and I enjoy. It's a lot of fun, and I bet neither of them are doing that. So let me try that. And then before it all got finalized, when I got a copy of the song and heard it, was like, okay, this is cool. I fit in here. I mean, I definitely got outshined by all three of y'all, but
No, you did.
it was one of them situations where I was like, okay, but I'm happy to be here. I'm fortunate to like be here amongst this greatness. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes that's a part of this, man. Sometimes it's all about being a part of the actual technique that occurred. You know, here's the thing, man. Somebody said, I remember, I can't remember who said it to me, but they told me there was two types of art in this world, bro. One type of art is about the technique, the process, like painting it. The process of making your painting and getting paint on yourself and getting paint on the floor and seeing your painting come to life, or the final result, which is more important to you as an artist. You know, you got to decide, is the final result why I'm doing this, or is it the process? For some of us, it might be both, but what I did get to be a part of was the process of that. And that speaks to me because that's how I create. I'm one of the artists that's more about the process than I am about the final results. You know, I got other people around me who can worry about the final results. I'm more worried about where am I inside of this? What am I doing? How am I feeling? Am I having fun? Really is what it comes down to. Did I enjoy what I just did? And I got that out of that song with you. So I really appreciate you giving me that opportunity to get in there and do that. I know I just said a whole lot. I apologize.
No, but I get it. No, it's lovely.
Okay.
And I don't think you got outshined. I think everybody shined in their own way. And that's why I chose the three of you all. I mean, it makes sense to title the track too. You know, play. It's kind of a little bit too on the nose, but you know, y'all did slay it.
I like that. I like that. I remember back in 2015, we were at South by Southwest, and Freeway was there, and on stage he kept calling rhyme slayers rhyme slayers. And ever since that night, I was like, that was me. I would say that sometimes. I would say rhyme slayers, just kind of like as homage to Free for saying that, because when he did that, I was just like, how come none of us ever said that? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? We've been together for already decades, and then you know, and that's what makes Freeway legendary. Is his ability to articulate in that moment and say that thing that you need to hear. But I needed to hear that, and when he did that, he kept doing it. He kept like really shoving it at people. You know what I'm saying? Rhyme slayers. And I was just like, I was awestruck by that. So when you decided to call the song Rhyme Slayers, I was with it. I thought that was tight because that just brought me back to that moment that when Freeway put that in my head, you know.
Word. Here go your homie.
What's up?
What up? How are you? How you doing?
How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you for asking. We're all hiding because it's cold out. You know, we got maybe another month before we can come out of our basements again.
That's why I don't mess with y'all in the wintertime. It has to be fully. It has to be towards the end of May before I come.
Nah, come on! I had you up here last year in February.
Yeah, you did. You did. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we down here in 70-degree weather though.
Yeah, I know, but see, here's the difference. Like, it's like it could get to like 170 below here, and we're gonna be all right. Like, no, I'm not really, but my point being, it could be 500 below, and we're gonna be all right. If y'all hit like 40, y'all lose your minds.
Yep, the place shuts down.
It's cold. And the thing is, it's so funny how easily we adjust to like better weather. Cause I'm from DC, so like I'm used to snowstorms and blizzards and cold weather and stuff. But as soon as I came down to Atlanta, I was like, anything below 60, I was like, where's my winter coat? I'm cold.
That's because because you got awakened to the fact that you don't have to live in horrible places. I still haven't figured that out. I'm still here.
Indeed.
That's okay. The city's better for it. So.
Yeah, the city is better. Indeed, man. Well, look, man, I appreciate you for coming out. The people appreciate you. I'm loving the new singles. I'm loving the new records. And
Thank you very much.
That new video, we mad that we can get to be starting. I saw everybody in the video but us.
Well, because you guys were not in LA at the time. I made use of every one of my LA homies. I swear, if y'all had been out there, Sadiq would have.
Yo,
I need you guys to come to the dress.
You wrapped in a wig. I was like, yo, he got a wig on.
Hey, that was not my first time doing that. I've wrapped in wigs before, just never in front of anybody aside from my better half. But
wrapping in wigs.
Okay.
Great. Well, good, man. I appreciate you for being a part of the album. Many more to come. And in fact, no, wait. On your new album, Sa-Roc is on your new album, right?
That is correct. She kills it. It's an amazing piece that she lends to that album. It's so good, and I can't wait for people to hear that.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Okay, we're gonna let you go eat some tofu or whatever you're gonna go eat, and then we're gonna continue. We got a couple more. In fact, no, we're gonna play the track right now, Rhyme Slayers, and love you, brother.
Love you back. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Peace. How cool is that? All right, so yeah, he's a good cat. So we're gonna play rhyme. We're gonna go right into Rhyme Slayers now, and it initially, like he said, featured himself, Sa-Roc, and Sa-Roc. And by the way, Aesop texted me, told me to tell y'all peace. Here we go. I'm just gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna pause. Nah, but yo, that was Rhyme Slayers. Big shout out to Slug for checking in with us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got a treat, man. Especially for those Rhyme Slayers fans. We got, like I said, Aesop hit me, told me tell y'all peace. He not gonna join us tonight, but he said peace. But yeah, but that joint Rhyme Slayers is crazy. It's going nuts. I'm gonna get right into the next joint. This joint is called Jai City, and it features Zion I, my brother Baba Zumbi, who passed away, but he's still with us at all times. And this joint is called Jai City. And that joint is called Jai City. Like I said, it features Zion I, lead MC from Zion I. That joint is Amp Live and Baba Zumbi. Baba Zumbi was the MC on this, and like I said, he passed away. Oakland native. And I got my brother in the building, King is Seen. King is Seen probably knows me the longest in this music business thing as a producer, as a b-boy, and just as a friend, as my brother. And he was also brothers with Baba Zumbi from Zion I. And I'll introduce you to King is Seen. And you can speak on Baba Zumbi because he knew him well also.
Peace world, Saravai Zumbi, such a good brother. I mean, anyone who knew Baba Zumbi could tell you that he was a person who was full of integrity, focus, commitment, peace and love, and humorous. And you know, he is missed and he will be missed because he was such a positive force. You know, I have to, we all went to college together. We all, me, Messiah, Zumbi, plus plenty of others, we all went to college together at Morehouse back in the early 90s. And Steve was someone who I always noticed was in class on time, a little different than me. But, I knew that as committed as he was to getting work done, he was as committed to working on his music. And he was in several crews. I mean, I could digress into that, but we could probably come back to it. But he was someone who had been through the system in terms of being in groups, signed to labels. He worked with the great Corey Smith, who now manages Dave Chappelle. He actually helped his original group with P Soup and Richard Raymond. It was called Metaphor. Originally, it was called Roots.
The Roots, yeah.
Interestingly enough, yeah. And, the Roots at the time were the Square Roots. But when they, I'm not going to assume that they heard about Roots in Atlanta, but it seemed like soon after Roots, which was Baba Zumbi's group, started making some noise, the name Square Roots shortened to the Roots. But, that could have just been something that they did. But a funny thing, and I remember this was not long before Steve transitioned. I joked with him about a time that me and Sister Naima, peace Naima, um, were out on Spelman's campus. We had a radio and we were playing the new Roots album, the first one, Do You Want More? And we were so hyped because we're from Philly, so we're like, oh yeah, this is dope. Tariq and them, man, they're getting busy. So Zumbi walks up and I was like, yo, I'm not going to say his government. I was like, yo, come here. Have you heard this? And he was like, yeah. I was like, what you think? He was like, it's cool. Because there was an issue about the name, but he moved on with the group Metaphor, and they were a dope group. They were on Tommy Boy, and eventually they broke up. But something that I'll always remember and I felt so proud. I was in Little Five Points in Atlanta, and I'm walking down the street, and I saw Zumbi, and he was like, "Hey, Yassine." I was like, "Hey, bro, what's up?" He said, "I got my first joint." It was the first Zion I pressing. And he was, I think when Criminal Records was down on Euclid, he was getting it in there and he was so excited. And I was excited for him. But I didn't know how hard he was going to go. I mean, because how many albums, Messiah, did this brother put out?
He dropped a bunch of them, but he's literally a West Coast legend.
West Coast legend.
Yeah.
This dude had a Master P volume catalog of albums of dope music and so respected, respectful family man, and was still 20, 25 years later, super excited about what he was doing. And, he definitely was a one of one and he's missed and he's still loved. And see, something I believe about people like Zumbi, like Prince, like Michael Jackson, is when you go that hard here, you may have left on the physical plane, but your essence is still dancing. So we'll still talk about you like you here. And his presence is still felt. He invested so much in all of us that, he's still deep in the heart. He's still deep in the heart. So Sarava, Zumbi.
Indeed. So I'm gonna play one more joint, and then I'm gonna let it sing build with you on the Old Man Messiah and these beats.
Oh yeah.
So this last joint it featured just Sa-Roc on it, and it's called The Light. This song was actually a part of was supposed to be a part of the Sharecropper's Daughter album, but it didn't make the album. At least she didn't want it on there, but I thought it was dope, so I included it on my album. And this joint is called The Light, instrumental. So that was the last joint on the God Complex instrumental album, right? And and by the way, I just signed on to live on IG. So those who just joined in, we're doing the live over on YouTube. But what's up, Jordan? How you on two joints? But yeah, that was the last joint. That joint was called "The Light" with Sa-Roc. Like I said, I got my brother King and Scene in here, and Scene has been with me since the beginning, since I like right after I initially hooked up with Dallas Austin actually. But that's who I started doing professionally doing the beats with. And so he was with me from TLC to Boys the Men to Monica to all of the joints that I got to work on. And I'm gonna let him build with you on how he saw it.
Word, peace, world, peace once again. This brother, it's been such a journey. I'm so glad that we're even building on this. I feel like there needs to be more developed in terms of um, this history because just being honest, Messiah has influenced so many people in this town, and they'll tell you because he is an OG in terms of hip hop in this city since he was a young, very young dude. But we met in college, friends. But I met Messiah, interestingly enough, I met him as a dancer. So, and we connected on hip hop, you know, Style Wars, Wild Style, that kind of thing. And we were instant brothers. But I didn't know that he was a DJ to the level that he was. So it just seemed like to me out of nowhere, he was, you know, doing DJ sets. And he was like, no, I do this. And I was like, oh, okay, word. The next thing you know, he was one of the top DJs in town at clubs like Velvet, Soho, where anyone you could think of, whether it was Puff Daddy, of course, the Dungeon Family, Too Short, Ant Banks, that crew, Lil Jon, who was also DJing at the warehouse and things like that. Um, Things were really emerging in the city, you know, pre-Olympics. And I was
What
just,
year was this?
now this was 94, 95. Earlier than that, we were building together with Rocksteady Crew and Zulu Nation. We joined that in, I think, 92. We met Wiggles in 92 and joined in 93. And that was a wonderful experience. And you went and traveled the world. I was down here struggling with the chapter. No, no, that was, all my Zulu family, we had a great time. But Messiah came back, and interestingly, Dallas Austin was working with a group called Highland Place Mobsters, and Messiah was rocking with them. He was dancing. Him, and it's funny, Corey Smith was with them too, right?
Corey Smith, the manager of Dave Chappelle.
Right, right. And we were all together. It's just funny, but all of a sudden, it's interesting. Spearhead X was the brother. You came to me and you said, "Yo, my man X who went to Columbia, he said, yo, you need to come with me and get with Dallas and meet Dallas and all that." So you were like, "Come with me to the studio." And this brother Messiah, see, I will always praise him for introducing me basically to everyone I know in the city, which is a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I know half of probably who he knows.
Mhm.
So just wanted to mention that. But we go to the studio, and we were in a group called KIN with Saul Williams and Chris X. So Dallas and them had come to see us.
Mhm.
So we came in the studio, and Dallas was like, "Oh man, what's up?" Blah 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 blah. And Chip, who was the very wild and super talented singer, he saw me and he said, "Hey man, you know martial arts?" Okay, well, yeah, that was just a side thing. But the next thing I knew, Messiah was like, "Hey, X is saying Dallas wants to, he's got a new label, Rowdy. He wants to do more hip hop, and he's going to let me borrow his SP 1200." So brother Dave Gates swings through Messiah and Chris X's crib, drops off the machine, and Messiah immediately starts banging away. He's like, "I got a week with this thing."
It was the SP 1200 and the MPC 60.
Yes.
Like I got the X, the newest one, but this was the early joints from the late 80s.
Right. And he immediately took to it. And brothers from like Solar Panel, Chase Infinite, and them, they would come over the house and we rap. And I was just like, "Man, Messiah's learning this thing." I said, "Yo, man, let me try it." And I would try to. And Messiah would be like, "All right, like, give it back to me." You know what I mean? I didn't take to it well, but I just would watch him. And we were also making mixtapes, and we would sell them out of Dallas's store. And the mixtapes were doing pretty good, y'all. So Messiah mixtapes, we had several volumes and they were getting out there. We were actually distributing them. And, that was something Messiah and I were working on together because I would sell them and he would make them. But Messiah got so into the production, the tapes started falling back. I was like, "Hey, Messiah, come on, man, make some more tapes. This is real making my money." He's like, "Yo, I want to produce." And eventually he was just like, "Hey, bro, I'm about to get in this production in a serious way because this is where it's at. The more money's being made there." He was working a lot with Dallas, like you said, on TLC projects and Boys to Men, Tim and Bob, stuff like that. And it gets kind of tricky because when you have those kind of situations, it gets a little ambiguous about who does what. But I can tell you firsthand, Messiah did a lot of production and of songs that you love. But eventually moving into more independent projects, you started to work with indie groups like Mose, and you were working with John Sally, um, and Jadis, right? Jadis, that project with Bobby Creekwater and Charlie J. I mean, and that was a fun time, developing them. They're so talented. And touring with them, and then you got to deal with SRC, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which was
SRC, Loud Music.
Loud Music with Steve
Right,
Rifkin
yeah.
and Sean C. and those brothers, connected. And that, I feel like that, it was such a great project. It should have done more. A lot of people heard it, but industry politics make it difficult sometimes for projects to do what they need to do. But it was a great experience. You met a lot of people and toured a little bit, and that was fun. And after that, you started working more with Nat B Roots, right?
A lot of people.
It was a zillion people.
Nappy Roots, yeah.
But I remember that you doing a lot with them and soundtrack work. And
Chameleonaire.
Right, Chameleonaire, right.
With Bun B and Scarface, Dead Prez, with Jay-Z. A lot of fun though.
Right. And it's funny because along the way, a lot of people were evolving, doing their thing. Like T.I., I remember him, he had glasses, he's working with Jazzy Faye, writing for him. I remember Akon, who I really couldn't understand what he was describing, because Messiah was like, yo, my brother's from Senegal, you got to meet them. And this is 93, so this is way back. And I met, it was Muhammad first and then Akon. And I was like, so you rhyme? And he's like, well, no, man, it's a little different. It's like a singing reggae African style, but with the hip hop edge, kind of like BBD, hip hop smooth down with the R&B tip. So I'm looking like, okay. But he ended up getting with Wyclef, and the next thing had a little quiet period. Boom, came back out with Brother Divine Stevens, who we also knew very well because you were working closely with Monica, and he was choreographing her and styling her along with everybody else in the business, whether it be Diddy and all that. And Divine has always been really cool.
He's cool
OG.
cat, indeed.
But yeah, man, you were always uh, building, working with people, developing, having great relationships. I remember the noontime era. You really helped develop or work with them and develop what they were doing on the production tip. And yeah, it was, I mean, when you think about that 90s into the 2000s era, it actually is kind of a stretch of time, but it feels like a flash and a blur of just fun and experience and work. You learned a lot, and that's why it's a beautiful thing to see you and Sa-Roc building the way that you have, because all of that experience and that knowledge culminates into this project in which you're doing, in my eyes, your purpose in terms of the content, in terms of self determination, and as you manifest that, it comes through the music, and that's the message. Kind of like with Gamble and Huff, they say the message is in the music and love is the message. It's the same thing with this. Uh, Love, peace, knowledge, and understanding is the message from the base to the tip.
Word.
So fresh, yo.
Indeed, fresh. That's my brother King is seen, and he ain't tell no lies. But most importantly, y'all, tonight at midnight, we are. What time is it? It's almost that time. We were dropping digitally this instrumental album, and it's got a whole bunch of tracks on it. I ain't good with the Roman numerals, and it's crazy because on this album also I had my brother Wakil Allah is on here doing the skits.
God,
One of the original 5% Muslim guys they call him now, and he's one of the brothers that initially like with me in the scene who brought up brothers like J Electronica and many more
yeah.
that were running around the city. But it was a beautiful experience, and like I said, this is dropping on Rhyme Sayers. And by the way, this artwork is done by Shaheed.
Word.
This is my brother Shaheed, who we go back with. I met Shaheed. He was one of our Zulus back in the day, and he was a graffiti artist and
Prodigious.
really dope. And I took him up to LaFace Records, and he ended up working with TLC for that for their album. For their joint, their first album, and Creep. And you ever seen the caricatures of TLC with the three little they look like small people, like almost like cartoon characters. He did that, and that same brother did this artwork for me. The Shaheed.
What was the other brother's name? The judo brother.
Which one?
They used to work closely.
His name.
Dang, that's my
Yeah, that's my man. Yeah, this is Shaheed. This is God Complex instrumental album on Rhyme Sayers by Soul Messiah, and make sure y'all go to the site, go to the link in this bio, and like I said, got the new joint, Beat Breakers, the Soul Messiah Beat Breakers by Chris Murray, God Complex joint, long sleeve tees. I got the gray joint, we got the white joints. Make sure y'all support real hip hop. Big shout to Sa-Roc, big shout to Slug from Atmosphere for checking in, big shout to Locksmith for checking in. Big love to everybody who helped me make this album. And these instrumentals, man, you can ride with them, you can vibe to them. You know what I mean? Cook to them, eat to them, do everything. But yo, I want to give a shout to everybody and say peace. And I'll check y'all soon, all right?
Peace.
Peace. Now, how do I end this?